everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janice, Travel with Janice, and I make videos about how you can teach abroad. Currently, I am based in South Korea, and I've been here just over a year now. So yes, that's amazing. I can't believe it. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about some jobs to consider when teaching abroad, some agencies, some reputable agencies, and just the type of programs that you can look at when you want to start this journey. So, okay, without any further ado, I just want to say, quick disclaimer, that teaching abroad is no one-size-fits-all kind of program. So it's going to be slightly different, the application process and the selection process, and for each individual. So it's not going to look the same for everybody. So please just bear that in mind. And then next, I want to talk to you about the type of teaching jobs you can consider. There are two. One is government-based programs, and the second one is private institutions or private academies. With the government-based programs, you are partnered with the government partners with local schools and oversees the selection and placement of foreign English teachers in a local school. Now, one of the examples of this kind of program is the EPIK program, which I am currently working under. And I am placed at a public high school, and I only have one school, and I think going the government route was a very safe option for me. It also comes with a lot of benefits. So I would, if you are a first time teacher, I would maybe suggest that you go the government route. However, this is, like I said, it's not everybody's experience is going to be slightly different. You'll see as I go further into the video why maybe government programs is not your best option. But for me, I would suggest, if you have no previous experience, going the government route is the safer option. Another program like this is the Fulbright program, the US Fulbright program, and this is for English teaching assistants that get placed all over the world. I think it's kind of similar to a student exchange program. However, I'm not entirely sure. I am going to leave the website for both EPIK and the Fulbright program in the description box for you. So if you are interested in looking a little further into these programs, you may do that. Okay, so with these government-based programs, they have standardized application processes and deadlines. So make sure that you are familiar with the timelines long before you actually want to apply. That's when you can see when applications start. You can familiarize yourself a little bit more with the program itself and decide if this is the route that you want to go or not. Next, we have teaching in private language schools. These are your private schools or your private academies. You can apply directly to the school or institution in this instance. This can include teaching so you would be teaching in kindergartens, primary and secondary schools. You might even be teaching adults. And an example of this in South Korea, you have what's known as a hagwon. So after students go to public school, they have an option of going to a English hagwon, English academy, where they are spending a little more time just learning and crafting their English skills. So it's kind of like a tutor but teacher, hagwons. Yeah, so that would be the private route. However, this can be a great gamble. I know of many stories where hagwon teachers are ill-treated. So just be careful when you are selecting a school, you are communicating directly with the school. Make sure you do your thorough research. Make sure that you read a lot of reviews. Make sure that you ask other people that have gone that route that you might know. And yeah, just do a lot of research before you go the Hagwon route, because it can be a very good experience, but on the other hand, it can be very horrible. You can be very ill-treated. You can be, because there's no law. You are just working for a person, which can be tricky. Okay, now that you've decided which route you want to go, you either want to go the government route or you want to go the private academy route, I'm going to share with you some reputable companies, some reputable agencies that you can use to apply for teaching jobs. Okay, so I am going to be looking down at my notes from time to time. The first one, if you're interested in coming to South Korea, and I think I've spoken about the requirements and if you are eligible to teach in South Korea in one of my previous videos. So please just, when you are done with this video, please just go back to my previous videos and go check out what the requirements are. But at the moment, I know that KORVIA, I think it's KORVIA Consulting. I think that's the name of the agency. KORVIA Consulting is the only agency that EPIK is now partnered with. In the past, there used to be many different agencies that you could use. I'm going to speak a little bit on the one that I used, but as of last year, they've decided to partner with only one agency, and this is KORVIA. I have no experience with working with KORVIA, but it is a well-reputed agency, so I'm going to leave their website. I'm going to leave all the websites to all of the agencies down below as well, so please make sure that you go onto the website if you are interested in teaching in South Korea, and reach out. Somebody will help you. The next, okay, also South Korea, I used the Goldkey Education, and they are in South Africa. They've worked with EPIK for over 15 years, and they help South Africans specifically get to South Korea. And I found them very helpful, very professional, very knowledgeable in what they were doing. So I know that they aren't partnered to work with EPIK at the moment anymore. However, I do know that they are now working more as consultants, so they will help you get your application and your interview, all of that sorted for a fee of 500 Rand, if I'm not mistaken. Please reach out to them and find out. My friend, also, I've used them. Most of the South Africans that are in South Korea have used them, and my friend that came in the most recent intake also used them as consultants, so they really know what they are doing. So I would suggest that you reach out to them. And that's, just one more time, that's Goldkey Education. That's for South Korea. And in China, I reached out to one of my friends, and she told me that for her, in her experience, it was actually better to apply directly to the school, and she said that it was better so you can negotiate your working conditions and your salary. Okay, however, if you prefer to go for an agency, you can do that. I think I don't, since you don't use an agency, I think an agency that you can use is Go Abroad, or Teachaway, or those two that I can think of to teach English in China. Okay, and then the next one is for non-native speakers. I found a website, and it's called Jooble. I'm going to leave the website down below, so you can apply for jobs, and I think they have placements in China. I think Jooble for non-native speakers is just in China, if I'm not mistaken. And then some more good news. I have some more programs for non-native English speakers, some more websites for non-native English speakers to look at. The first one is Premier TEFL. And here you can teach in countries like Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Cambodia, China, India, Romania. The next one is International TEFL Academy. This agency works really hard to get non-native English speakers jobs abroad. Of course, they are going to give people with a degree, people with experience, people that are from native English countries preference. However, from reviews that I've read, they do really work hard into getting something for you as a non-native English speaker. So this is one company that you should really look into if you want to teach abroad. And then the more general ones, the oldest, is it the oldest agency? I think it's Dave's ESL Cafe. Here you can apply directly to the school you want to teach at. There's daily listings of employers that are looking for English teachers, for schools that are looking for English teachers. So you can reach directly out to the school and communicate from there. If you prefer to go the more direct route, the private route, I think you can get placed in a public school or a private academy. There's all kind of job listings, and it's also listings from all over the world. So you go to Dave's ESL Cafe. It's well reputed, but they are also always, make sure that you do your research, because you could get scammed. You can get scammed anyway these days. So please be careful. Do your research always. I will never stop stressing that enough. If you feel something, if something feels off, something looks weird, listen to that gut feeling. Okay. The next one is, I think I've already mentioned, Go Abroad, Teachaway, and is there another? There's also EF, so that's English First. They are both online, but they also send teachers abroad. Those are companies I've worked with. EF, but I was an online teacher, so I know that they are well reputed recruitment agency. Okay, and then lastly, some good news. I have researched and I have found some countries that are currently hiring English teachers. I know with the EPIK program, so the program that I'm under, applications for the spring intake of 2023 are now open. So you can start with your application process, and then you'll be here in February and teach. So I hope to see you soon. For those of you that are joining EPIK. But another program in South Korea is, I think it's called the JEIE. I'm not too sure, but this program is also open, and it's for, you don't have to have a degree for this program. You need to have I think at least 2 years of education under your belt. So I think something like a diploma. And I don't really know a lot about this program. However, I do know, I have a friend that is under this program. I'm going to link her channel in the description box for you. Catch up with Pe. She's under this program, so she will be able to give you some more insight on this particular program. So please do look in the description box, or just type in catch up with Pe. Pe is PHE, and then you'll find some information about the JEIE. The next country that is now hiring is China. There's always a high demand in China for English teachers. So I think they might hire. They are one of those countries that hire throughout the year. Spain, the Medias program is now hiring. Taiwan's borders are now open, so you are now free to teach in Taiwan. They are currently looking for English teachers. Another country is Vietnam, and English First. So English First, you can teach in countries like, I don't remember. I actually don't remember. I'm so sorry. But you can look into English First as well. There are countries now hiring. And yeah, I think that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found this helpful. Please let me know if there's any questions that you have, anything that I can touch on that I have not touched on yet in a future video, and then I can do that. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.